Shelton, it is the new mandate for now. If you are 2 years or older, you will be required to wear a face covering once you are indoors.
Parking lot is filled with cars and tents. We're seeing a good mix of Aggies and Miners, and I just got to show you this one family over here. As you can clearly see, it is a lot of fun out here, so I didn't want to miss out on the fun. I'm going to give it a shot. Let's see how I do. I've got a good team on my back. Ready? All right, here we go. Ready? Let's see. Let's see. Oh, my God!
And keeping the streets and ditches clear is key for these crews, and the county wants residents to know they need their help in doing so.
If you were to come here at the same time last week, it's a very different sight after the governor's latest mandate.
You'd be hard-pressed not to find Mimi Wagner's Kentucky Blue golf cart driving around Riverbend Resort and Golf Club.
The community is fabulous. We're all like a family here.
Whether she's at the community center or the first tee.
There's stuff going on from 6:30 in the morning until 10:30 at night, every night.
But recent legislation might put Mimi and hundreds of her neighbors in a hole.
We're going to build the wall. We have to build the wall. I'm going to show you a lot of wall. It's getting built one way or the other.
$3.6 billion for 175 miles, with some of this wall going right through the heart of Riverbend.
You know, it's kind of like knock, knock, knock. There's a border wall.
So the plan is simple. Next summer, a 30-foot wall will be built on the north side of the resort's levee system. There's only one problem, though, according to project manager Jeremy Bernard.
So we have 343 lots already developed here in Riverbend. The people that live there own their lot fee simple. And of the 343, a little bit more than 200 will be on the south side of the wall.
More than 200 homes stuck in the middle, on the Mexico side of the wall, but on the U.S. side of the river.
We're not foolish. We understand that there's a security problem that we need to address, and so we are asking them to use other things that they're currently already using in other places. So we have a 3-layer system that we proposed, a virtual wall, which is a paved road, lighting, sensors, cameras, right along the river. Then a second virtual wall on the existing levee system. And then we would be good with an 8 to 10 foot fence along the front of Highway 281.
Riverbend is ready to fight. After all, this isn't their first go-around. Back in 2008, this community was faced with the same issue. And one other Brownsville golf course wasn't so lucky.
First time when that wall started coming up, we probably lost about 70% of our so-called members. They just were in doubt of what was going to happen.
Fort Brown Golf Course closed within a year of the wall being built. With a golf course and hundreds of residents to account for, Riverbend is hoping for a different outcome.
Since there was 2008, 2009 talk about it, and so there's a little more preparedness, but we still don't know what's going on. Nobody knows what's going to happen, really.
The feelings from the meeting is that the train is loaded and they're going to do what they want to do. And so putting a wall through that would not only mess up the golf course, but it would destroy the way of life for these people.
Okay, thanks a lot.
And as for Mimi and her neighbors,
We'd like to see pretty much anything than a physical barrier dividing our community right through the middle. I mean, it's like putting a wall right through the center of your house. That's what it's really like here at Riverbend.
Right now, the Valley is in what experts are calling an HIV epidemic. This year alone, 5 men every month have been diagnosed with the virus. That's up from 4 a month last year. Now, this number is something that you as parents need to be aware of and educate your children.
I was just scared as to, okay, what is it? What's going on with me?
Leo says he was diagnosed with HIV when he was 17, a young age, but one that's not shocking to the experts. Oscar Lopez with the Valley AIDS Council says this is in part because teens are experimenting sexually earlier, some as young as 12 years old.
This is a disease that could gravely affect our community. We know it's happening due to pregnancies and STI rates. So HIV is just one step away from most of them. And it's not just a disease that affects young gay men, because young gay men have sex with other men. They have sex with women, especially when they're young and experimenting. So this can cross-pollinate across all sorts of lines.
And because of this, the number of those being diagnosed, that's growing as well. Dr. Dora Martinez, the chief medical officer for Valley AIDS Council, says 60 men will become HIV positive this year.
1 in 4 men who have sex with men who are Latino will be HIV positive. In the Valley, those trends, it looks like that's what's going to end up happening. You wait and you wait and you wait until someone finds you collapsed and you're so sick you end up in the hospital, and that's how you find out you're positive, instead of coming in to get routine testing.
Dr. Martinez says parents need to teach their kids how to protect themselves.
You got to check your discomfort at the door. Yeah, this is not a comfortable thing to talk about, but you got to do it, because ignorance is not bliss. This is why I'm telling you to protect yourself, because I love you, because I care about you, and you are worthy. And that is why you need to know.
Leo is now an advocate for HIV prevention, finding comfort in helping others with their health.
I meet a lot of great and genuine people that I know that are not lying to me because they love me for who I am. And it helped me build as a person.
The experts want to remind everyone, get tested even if you don't think you're at risk. You can reach out to the Valley AIDS Council at the number on your screen. That is 428-2653.
This massive KC-135 tanker was built in the early 1950s, but it still regularly flies thousands of miles to provide a necessity that civilians may often overlook.
Our job is to do nothing but to refuel other aircraft. It's probably the best enlisted job in the military.
13 News boarded the aircraft at Forbes Field on a media flight with the 190th Air Refueling Wing to refuel the Navy Blue Angels on their trip from Louisiana all the way to the California border.
They'll get fuel at least 3 or 4 times on the cruise across the country.
For us media folks, being able to look right outside and see the Blue Angels was a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. But for Senior Master Sergeant Brian, whose call sign is Donkey, and the rest of the crew, it's business as usual at 27,000 feet in the air.
We're down in what's called the boom. It's a pretty tight squeeze, as you can see, and the boom operator actually lays on his stomach and looks out that window, dispensing about 5,000 pounds of gas, or about 800 gallons of gasoline to each Blue Angels aircraft. And he only has about a 4-inch leeway to do that, so there is no room for any errors.
Pretty much a 4-inch pipe going into a 4-inch hole going 300 miles an hour. The boom operator's by himself in the back, refueling a B-2 bomber, a $2 billion asset, and back there, and you're in charge, you're in control, and it's in your hands, and it's exciting, and it's like I said, it's the best job there is.
Wednesday's flight went great, but this tanker and Donkey have been in some desolate, war-stricken countries, managing to refuel fighter jets while protecting America's troops.
The fighters are right overhead and providing a combat air support for the guys on the ground, and the tanker's right there to provide gas to keep them over the target and protect our troops. 135 is a very important role for strategically for everything that the Air Force and the Navy do.
These tankers have played a critical role in countless missions over the years and are expected to be flying the skies for 30 more. Sarah Plake, 13 News.